Hello. Today we are going to do the last part of section 8.1. This is where you're going to work backwards. So today you'll have a couple of problems on Clever, and then you'll do the rest of the IXL if you'd like to get your grade higher than 80. Okay. So working backwards. This is where you're given the volume of a cylinder, and you are trying to find either the height or the radius. Okay, so we'll do one of each. Pretty easy. You just have to make sure you write it down and follow the steps. So here we go. So in this case, they're going to give you a volume. And just so you know, if you want to leave an answer in terms of pi, which means you didn't multiply it by 3.14, you might see the answer written this way. And then if you do 240 times pi, you get approximately this as the answer. Okay, so just in case you ever see that, it's just a way of reporting your answer, and it's called in terms of pi. But in this case, we're going to use this to start. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that the volume of this cylinder is 754 feet cubed. Okay, I know the radius is 4, and I need to find the height. I don't know what it is. So I write out the information. First, I'm going to start with the formula. Volume is pi times radius squared times height. Okay, and we all know that pi is approximately 3.14. Okay, so I'm going to start there. So you probably want to start with this if the problem does not have a pi symbol in it, and if it has a pi symbol in it, you would use this formula. Okay, so I'm going to use this one here because, like I said, I have an answer without pi. So it's 754. So what you're going to do on your classwork today is you're going to start out with the volume, and you're going to write that where the V is. Then you're just going to write 3.14, and you're going to write whatever you have, either the radius or the height. In this case, I have the radius, which is 4, so I'm going to do 4 squared is 16. Now, I don't know the height. That's what I need to figure out. So I'm just going to leave the letter H there. Okay, next step. And again, you're going to have to write these in your notebook. You're only going to have a few to do, so it's not too much. It's going to do 3.14 times 16 is 50.24. Okay, so here's your next step. You're going to write 50.24 times H equals 754. Now you just need to figure out what number do you multiply with 50.24 to get 754. So you're going to do the inverse operation. You're going to divide. Okay. When I know you can do this, if you write it down and show all the steps. Okay, that's going to cancel out because any number divided by itself is 1. So you're just going to write 1H or H. And I'm going to do 754 divided by 50.24. I'm going to round my answers to the nearest whole number. So it comes out as a long decimal, an irrational number, 15.000 something. And I'm going to round it to 15 to put my answer in. Okay, so you can check your answer. You go back to the formula and you would do 3.14. The radius was 4, so you do 4 squared times 15, and you should get approximately 754 for the answer. Okay, now we are going to do one where you have to find the radius. That one is going to include an extra step. Okay, so the next problem, I'm going to find the radius. Okay, I'm going to give you the height. Okay, so this case, I'm going to tell you that the volume of this is about 141 feet cubed. And I want to work backwards. I'm going to tell you that the radius, I don't know, and the height is 5. Okay, so again, you're just going to write out the formula. Volume equals 3.14 times radius squared times height. I'm going to fill in the information I know. I know that this is the volume. I know 3.14. I don't know the radius squared, so I just write r squared. Make sure you write r squared, not r. And the height is 5. I'm going to multiply those together to simplify. 3.14 times 5 is, 3.14 times 5 is 15.7 times radius squared. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing you just did. You're going to divide Okay. 141 divided by 15.7 is approximately 8.98. Okay, so you want to round to the nearest whole number. Don't forget, 8.98 rounds to 9. Now, this is not your answer. Do not plug this into the computer. You will get it wrong. This is the radius squared. So how do you find the radius? When you are trying to find the radius, you must take the square root. That's going to be your last step. Okay, so when you're finding the radius, given the height, make sure you take the square root at the end because they're going to give you the radius squared after you divide. You're going to take the square root. Make sure you round to the whole number, and it's going to be easier to find the square root. Okay, so now we did both problems. I will do another example if you need it. Otherwise, you can go ahead and try your big ideas and your IXL. Talk to you tomorrow.